Hello there, and today I thought that I would show you the minimalist landscape photography gear that I'm using for at least in the beginning of 2019. So let's get started. First things first, here we have the tripod, which is a Genesis C5. Genesis C5 carbon fiber tripod. And the second thing of note is the backpack itself, which is a Mindshift gear ultralight 25 liter, and I've had it for a couple of years now, and I've transitioned to it as my main backpack instead of using a big backpack, since I really tried to minimalize my gear. So let's move on to the camera equipment itself. So I keep the camera equipment in the camera compartment of the backpack, and first and foremost, the camera. I'm using a Nikon D600, and well, it still works, takes photos of great quality, and I haven't really seen a reason to upgrade yet, even though the new Nikon mirrorless system, well, it's really enticing. And the lens we have on here is a Nikon 70-200 f4 VR. An incredibly good lens. It has to be one of Nikon's sharpest lenses ever, even though I don't really consider sharpness to be the most important thing ever. But the other points are it's relatively lightweight, and well, it's just an excellent quality and a good useful range. The second and final lens that I carry with me is the Nikon 16-35 f4 VR. So this is the wide angle lens, and yeah, unless you want to get the 14-24 with the huge element, so that you have to have huge filters. So this is really the best option, or has been for a couple of years if you're a Nikon shooter. Yeah, but also the new mirrorless 14-30, I think it is, looks very promising, and something that would be, well, something that I really would want to have. Let's open the top compartment and see what I carry inside here. And we're gonna take the lid last. So it has this kind of system. Open it. What I have in here is a mixed bag. I always carry a jacket, unless I have it on me. Currently was in there, and another pair of gloves. More than that, I carry my filter pouch, which consists of a polarizer, a 4-stop filter, and a 10-stop filter, all in 77mm filter thread for the 16-35, and then I have a step up ring from 67mm to 77 for the telephoto lens. The other thing, extra batteries, 2 of them. I have a cable release, which is paramount for capturing long exposures, and this one has a nice well, you can set the exposure time on the remote itself, which is really nice. Then you don't have to worry about keeping it timed. Other than that, I have a rain cover for the backpack, and Also very important, always have some snacks. As you can see, I don't really eat the snacks that often, but well, it's always very important to have. I also keep a panorama head, which I've mentioned in a video before. Keep a lens cloth, which obviously is important to keep stuff clean. A couple of painkillers, just in case. A lens wipe. A Swedish crown, which I use for tightening the Arca Swiss plates on the cameras, as well as a little eyepiece, which is very important when taking long exposures. So replaces this eyepiece and covers it up completely, meaning that no light leaks can come in from the viewfinder, which is very important, else you get big light leaks on the image. So that's everything from what I have in here. Then it's just the lid itself left. So let's open up and see what I have in there. First and foremost, a headlamp. Very important when hiking out or back in the dark. I have a knife, a nice Mora kniv. It's a bushcraft variant. It has a really sharp back, so I can use it with here. So I can use it to start to light fires, and that's mainly for when I'm out hiking more normally. So here I have some more fire starting kits, a little bit of wood and some cotton and things to get the fire started. And yeah, now I've emptied out all of my backpack on top of a mountain. That's everything that I keep in my backpack. If you have any questions about the gear, then please leave a comment. Before I leave you though, I've hiked up here today in order to try to capture an image actually, so that's just getting you started basically. So I'm gonna roam around a little bit up here on the top and see if we can get a nice sunset for today. And my mouth is really clogging up. Right. You see this tree here? That is really what I was hoping to, or what I was thinking to use here, kind of as a foreground / middle ground. And then you can see the landscape with the forest, and we have a couple of hills / mountains in the background there as well, and then the sky looming above. That is really it. And we have a lot of rocks here in the foreground as well, that I think are gonna look pretty nice. So if you look at the composition here on the screen, well, here you can see we have the tree in the middle there, and we have a lot of this rock, and we have the light hitting it, but I need to kind of work quickly actually to capture it before I talk to you. Alright, so the thing that I really decided on here is to step a little bit further back, zoom a little bit into the landscape itself. So I'm currently at 26 millimeters, thus drawing in the background a little bit, so it magnifies the background a little bit. compresses the scene so that you get more of an impression of the background of the scene. Other than that, since I'm so far away from the closest subject, I'm shooting at f11. I'm focused right at the main tree there, and I'm shooting it in aperture priority, and I'm bracketing it with 3 exposures. Yeah, that's about it. The sun is just about to go below a big cloud, so no more light for this evening, I guess. And with that, this video is basically over. I hope you enjoyed having a look at the gear that I'm using, and I just want to emphasize really that you don't have to carry really a lot of gear, and you don't need a lot of gear. The kit that I carry, I reduced it down to this through trial and error, basically. I know the gear that I'm using constantly, and lugging around a lot of gear that I don't really need is unnecessary. The only thing that I have to say is really that it's an individual thing, and knowing what gear you need and what gear you don't need, you're gonna have to figure that out for yourself. And that's when we have a tendency to overspend, putting a little bit too much money into gear that we perhaps don't actually need. So if you have any questions, please leave a comment. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and share it. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon again. Goodbye.